Growing up in Detroit, Michigan for a kid named Armond Staten was anything but easy. Armond faced an endless amount of adversity, and it started as a youngster going to Thurgood Marshall Elementary School. The biggest challenge for Armond was fitting in.
Because a lot of the kids, they had parents. They came from a two-family home or whatnot. They had both their parents. My situation was totally different being a foster child.
As a foster child, Armond faced many challenges moving around from place to place throughout his childhood.
Elementary and middle school was my hardest time, so I was probably roughly in about 6 different foster homes and 2 different group homes.
One of the group homes was in Inkster, Michigan. There, Armond attended middle school and met some other boys who were also foster kids.
It felt good. Even nowadays, some of those are still my lifetime friends. I still keep in contact with a couple of those guys, so to be around other people like me, it felt real good. It had a sense of comfort.
Things were going really well for Armond in his new group home and with his new friends in Inkster, until that joy was cut short one evening.
We were just out, just hanging out, having fun at one of my friends' house, and then one of my friends just pulled out a gun himself and just started playing around with it. And it's honestly an amazing story because he pulled the trigger once to make sure it was empty and everything doesn't happen, and then he pulled it the second time. That's when it went off and he killed himself.
After that incident, the state of Michigan deemed the group home unsafe, and as a result, Armond had a choice to make.
Yeah, our group home was closing down, and they were gonna start moving kids around. And my high school coach had just came. I was doing good in football and doing good with school. I didn't want to move and change, meet new friends. So I made the decision to start to live on my own. Nobody could stay at the high school, and that's when I started living on my own at the age of 16.
Even though Armond still got help from his foster family, he was now living on his own when he was just 16 years old. Suddenly, Armond grew up fast as he was faced with paying bills and cleaning his own clothes. It was a big step, but a necessary one, to ensure Armond could continue playing for Coach Greg Carter, the head varsity football coach at Inkster High. Armond always looked up to Coach Carter and still remains close to him today.
I talk to that man just about every day. He's like my father. He taught me how to be a young man and be respectful. Just things outside of football that he taught me is things that I keep in my heart, and I always stay in touch with that man.
For many young inner-city kids, playing sports is so vital during their teenage years. It was no different for Armond.
I remember sometimes I would be in school, just at the school alone from 8 a.m. to about 8 p.m., and that's going through academics and that's going through sports and everything. So by the time I finally get home, there's nothing to do, I'm tired, so I just call it a night.
That kept Armond very occupied and grounded. The hard work also paid off as he was starting to get letters of interest to play football at Division I institutions. Armond's first letter came from the University of Iowa, and it was quite the moment.
I thought the world was coming to me right now. I didn't know what was actually going on, but it was lovely to see that people had an interest in me and wanted me to be part of their family and part of their program.
Ultimately, Armond decided to commit to Central Michigan University. The location of the campus in Mount Pleasant was a far cry from the city he grew up in.
Mount Pleasant's so country. It's so much open space. I'll never forget the first night sleeping in the dorms when I got up here. I didn't hear a police siren, and I looked out the window. I was actually able to see the moon, like a full moon. So it was like a total shock to my system to be like totally different place, totally different setting.
At CMU, Armond got some playing time in a reserve role his first 2 years, and the Chippewas went on to win their conference championship in his sophomore year. But that happiness was short-lived once again, as Armond and his teammates would be hit with more adversity, with the entire coaching staff leaving to the University of Cincinnati.
That was hard. I took it pretty hard at first. I mean, I felt that we was a family or whatnot. I didn't think of it a business aspect at the time.
Business. That's exactly what Armond got focused on as he got himself ready for his junior season in 2010. Armond started most of the year and was recognized as one of the best defensive players on the team.
It made me happy. It made me forget about all the hard times and start thinking about what I can do and what I got to lie ahead of me and everything.
Armond is now on his team's leadership council and is on pace to graduate next May, something he would never have thought could have happened growing up.
It's still surreal. I mean, it's a year away, but I know the year is going to come quickly. So I can't really explain, but I know it would be a great feeling when it happens.
Heading into his final season as a Central Michigan Chippewa, Armond will not only be the leader of the defense, but he will be regarded as one of the best linebackers in the entire Mid-American Conference. Over the years, Armond has shown that he can win the battles, both on and off the field. He has done so numerous times and looks forward to the battles that lie ahead in a couple months with his senior season at CMU.